Thomas here with Much Props, going to give you another how-to video. Today is Valentine's Day, and like a lot of men in America, it is tradition to buy flowers and chocolates and all kinds of assorted trinkets to give to your loved one to show them how much you care. I know my wife pretty well. This will be the 29th Valentine's Day that we have celebrated, and one thing that I know my wife does not like getting is flowers. So I thought maybe she would like flowers if they didn't die and they weren't expensive and she could keep them forever. So today I am going to make some felted flower characters for my wife for Valentine's Day with a twist. Let's get to building. Let me paint you a scene for how this build is going. I'm getting over the flu for the past week. I haven't eaten in days, and I have the end of a 6 weeks at work with projects and other things due. On top of that, I am trying to surprise my wife with a Valentine's Day build. Not exactly an Ocean's 11 setup here, but pretty close for a teacher slash YouTuber whose wife works from home. So my excuse is that I don't want her to get sick, so I quarantine myself off after I get off of work to keep her from seeing. To speed up the process of felting, I had my laser cutter cut out the leaves and the flower base in an assortment of colors. Some will call this cheating, or already have clicked off because I used a machine they don't have, or even left a nasty comment already down in the description below. Yes, it happens almost every time I use a tool that someone doesn't have. You could definitely cut these parts out by hand, but it'll save me hours that I don't have, and it makes everything pretty spot on. Skills and knowledge are still required. It's just a friend named Glow helping me cut stuff out. I was a bit overambitious with the amount that I cut out. Remember, I am recovering from the flu and I'm pretty exhausted from the lack of calories, so maybe my thought wasn't exactly clear. I thought I could kick out a dozen of these for Valentine's Day, and this first flower took me 5 hours to figure out and create. So needless to say, I might have some leftover materials at the end of this build. I pulled out my needle felting kit and decided to add a little color variation with the wool that I had on hand for the petals to add interest. Since my last video, I watched a bunch of felting videos and saw several using stencils to help them with shaping. So I cut out a stencil that matched the size of my cutouts into some acrylic and quickly realized that it was too big to fit on my tiny mat. Also, it would be more useful if I was making it from an unneedled lump of wool. Felting on top of felt, it didn't really need that to help shape it. I also got a pair of wool carders to help me blend my colors more easily and evenly, and it does make quick work of it for sure. Then it was just a matter of punching each petal several hundred times to get the fibers to lay down smooth and incorporate into the felt sheet. If you've ever watched other videos of people felting, it almost looks like magic when within a few seconds it starts to take shape. Videos are sped up and clips are cut down. It does take a substantial amount of time to force the wool into submission, but it also is one of those oddly meditative activities where you can zone out with a movie and hours go by before you realize it. I'm really enjoying this process. I definitely noticed that the pad that you needle onto will have to be replaced frequently. Mine, after only project 2, is already starting to get thin. With the base color down on the 2mm felt, I am going to add a little line of red into the middle of each petal for funsies. I roll the wool into a little snake, lay it on top of my base piece, and then tattoo the line into the flower. Once it was punched in, I went on the back and tapped some of the strands back through the other way, just a back and forth to even things out. Now time to add my 2 layers of petals together and add the middle bit where I'll add my face. Just like the wool fibers, felt can also be joined together with needling. The loose fibers get pushed through one sheet into the next sheet. After about 100 or so stabs, the 2 parts are joined together. If you really wanted to, you could probably pull them apart, but it's super cool to think that I don't need glue to join these parts. For the back of my flower, I needed to add the green leaves that would go transition into the stem. I pre-cut out this odd shape that I am going to then needle felt onto. I added a little bit of poly filler to the back of my flower to make this green leaf structure stand out a little more and allow myself a spot to push in the stem in a minute. As a flower, it's okay, but what'll bring it into the land of adorableness is some eyes and a little smile. In the needle felting kit that I bought, it came with a few bags of these black pins. I didn't realize what they were at first, but after watching other tutorial videos, I now know that they are eyes. So I'm just going to poke a little hole in with this awl and push them into place. You can glue them in if you want to, but I think for what mine are going to be used for, they won't really get handled a whole lot. A friction fit should be good enough. I was kind of stumped on the stem. I thought I could use the florist wire that I had, but the color was off and so was the texture. Same thought came across for like painting a stick or using maybe a pencil or a pen, although that's a good idea also. Twisting a few pipe cleaners together, but realized I don't have any pipe cleaners around. Then I decided to just try and use some more of this felt and see if I could fashion a stem felting around a piece of wire. It would give me that structure that I needed, but at the same time, the look that I wanted to match the leaves and the flower. And sure enough, it worked. I'm just gonna stab this felt around the wire a few hundred times and then trim it to fit. Just makes it feel a lot more cohesive. I did end up using a small dab of super glue to help join the head to the stem. With enough stabbing, I might have been able to get it to stay in place, but it just felt a little more secure and instant, so I didn't have to worry about holding two moving parts together while stabbing. I added the leaves in a similar way with a wire running down the middle to make them more stiff. I ended up adding a loop in that wire when it got sandwiched in between the leaves so that it wouldn't slide out. With 3 workable days this week, I was able to knock out 4 total flowers, a drastic difference than the 12 I initially thought. Each one with their own little style and variation. I think I like the blue one probably the most, with yellow being a close second. I don't know why blue and yellow seem to stand out to me for some reason. As I was building these flowers, I thought to myself, yes, they may look the cartoonish part of being a flower, but they don't smell like it. My wife has essential oils that she puts in a diffuser, and I thought, why not make a little spritzer bottle of flower scent to spray these flowers with? That way the flowers stay fresh forever, and if she wants a different smell, she can just change the mixture. So I pour some water into a bottle with most of it going onto the table. It's important to do that, and then probably add a little bit too many drops to this water and spray these 4 little creations with the fresh smell of cherry blossoms. With that, this build is done. I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day, and I hope you realize that the greatest gift that you can give a loved one is your time. So when you have the chance, make something for them. And we are finished. Here is the end result. Overall, I think they turned out pretty cute. I definitely think my wife is going to enjoy them, and putting that favorite scent of hers is probably going to send it over the top. I just need to find a little vase or something to put it in to gift to her, but yeah. Maybe you will try and make your significant other flowers instead of buying them and watching them slowly die in your house. Yeah. Maybe you'll get some.
Yay!
And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You give them one of these. Tell them, much props. Now just time to surprise her. Peace out. If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube and you want to see more builds like this one, please consider joining these awesome people listed here with me over on my Patreon to build a bigger, better, more creative community together.